Herbie Revelist got his video for you. Brittany Simon, Khadijah, etc. Just because you're gay, you're not queer. And so the turf situation amongst certain populations is way stronger than you realize. And I be forgetting because I'm not in there like that. Somebody said the NBA is just as queer, they won't admit it. Yeah, Cat Black is another one. There's like 20 trans girls playing youth sports in like the whole country. Maybe 100, maybe 1,000. I don't know. But it ain't because I'm not in there like that. Somebody said the NBA is just as queer, they won't admit it. Yeah, Cat Black is another one. There's like 20 trans girls playing youth sports in like the whole country. Maybe 100, maybe 1,000. I don't know. But it ain't many. I would say if I'm gonna try to give a realistic estimate, I would say no more than 150. But even if it was 1,000, my point is that there are literally the multiples of millions of kids playing sports in this country. To create 530 anti-LGBTQ bills in 2024. Let's talk to Bellin. Bellin, you still there? You come in the shop for a second?
All right, so the reason why I stopped you is the bill did the same thing. Like, people do this thing when they talk about like trans people in sports, where they say that's like a situation where like, oh, there's so few people. I don't know if you were gonna make this point.
I was.
But
good that you stopped.
They make this point where it's like, oh, there's so few trans people in sports and da-da-da-da-da. Like, if society weren't aggressively fucking transphobic, there would be more trans people in sports anyway. First of all, a lot of trans people are going to avoid playing sports specifically because we don't want to deal with all the bullshit. There's queer spaces, I'll call them queer, but there's queer spaces also that I don't even go into because I'm not trying to deal with like the bullshit that people put onto me because, you know, I look and sound a certain way, but my internal gender, you know, doesn't give them, or my signifiers don't give them my internal gender in the way that they think, right? But like, it could be, for me at least, the way I look at it, it could be a million trans people, all of whom are in sports and all of whom are winning championships day after day after day after day, and it wouldn't fucking matter, right? Because trans people should be allowed to play fucking sports. Who gives a fuck? The issue for me isn't that there's trans people in sports. The issue is that we divide sports by gender because men don't want to lose to women. So if you just separate sports by ability, then it wouldn't fucking matter anyway. Because then whoever makes the cut is who makes the cut.
So what about the argument around weight classes and male puberty? Because that's what the NCAA does now, right? Is there like a rule in the NCAA that you have to have been under hormone therapy for a certain amount of time and check a certain amount of boxes, which sounds gross, even just saying it out loud. What is to be said around the argument that there's an unfair advantage for trans athletes that have went through a male puberty to compete against to compete? Actually, you already answered the question.
I'll answer that question.
Well, go ahead. Yeah.
So first of all, the evidence suggests that having gone through quote-unquote male puberty and then transitioning later in life is actually a disadvantage anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I have seen that.
Not only in like a biological sense, but like just in a social sense. I mean, like I say biological and social to use the language, but those two things are not separate.
Right.
Those two things are intertwined with one another. They're not separate. The gene, the way that our genes express themselves, et cetera, is not like isolated to just our genes. These are things that happen in specific environments. And like even just to talk about like language, it's a reason why certain languages people insert, like whenever you listen to somebody speak Korean, their voice is like significantly higher than when you hear a nigga from Africa. The languages are different and it shapes your physiology.
Right.
So when it comes to like something like weight classes or whatever else, somebody in the chat, or people in the chat already said it, that's also an ability question, right? You are not gonna put Roy Jones Jr. up against fucking Butterbean. Because Roy Jones is gonna get fucking murdered. You know what I mean? Like Roy Jones can move, but like
I think he'd beat Butterbean.
That's a big weight class problem.
Better yet,
Muhammad Ali up against like Floyd Mayweather.
Right, yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Because Floyd Mayweather gonna have a big problem, and his name is Muhammad Ali. Like. why would you do that?
Right.
Like, that's a bad idea. So, yeah, would it be that you would see less women in certain areas and more men in certain areas? Probably, but who cares? Because to me, and I said this, I commented on Bill's video because he talked about this too. To me, the highest quote-unquote echelon wouldn't even be the most interesting, because niggas who know ball understand. If you've actually played basketball, the most interesting players out the playground or whatever, or on the court, are actually the smaller players who have to figure out how to get around the bigger players. Because they have a disadvantage,
Right.
in the sense that they're not as big as the larger players, so they have to figure out a way to make that shit work. To me, that's more interesting.
Right. So what we're talking about is we built a framework of sports, athleticism, around binaries that we just kind of follow because they're air quotes natural. And as those binaries break down, we're trying to keep the framework that we built it on in the first place at the expense of trans people, cis women. They're not getting anything out of the equation to begin with, like in the first place.
I think so. I think that's a reasonable way to look at it. For me, it's less about like to me, the inception of this problem, at least as it pertains to sports, is that men don't like losing to women.
So I honestly feel like that you're giving too much credit. I think the inception is people hate trans people.
I mean, it could be both. I mean, low-key, it kind of is.
Yeah, and low-key, I guess it kind of is both. Because nobody's argued against trans men in sports, in male sports at all.
In fact, they put a trans man as a wrestler, a high school wrestler, however many years ago. They put him in the women's category, the girl category, and he was whooping their ass.
Right.
And they just let that shit ride.
Right. So yeah, it's
that's the exact situation that they're talking about. They're worried about.
Right.
They're worried about a man beating on women, and because they're forcing this man to wrestle women, he was whooping their ass.
right. That I mean, like, so aside from like football and I guess basketball, that would probably make for a far more interesting like sporting events. You know what I'm saying? When you think about tennis by weight class or by like skill level, gymnastics is
So, like,
another one. But go ahead.
For real, like I kind of disagree with you because, like, to me, it would make football interesting. Because, like, I guarantee, look, I went to high school with a woman who was she was fucking ferocious, and they couldn't stop her from playing football because there was no rules that said a woman couldn't play football. And this girl was fucking ferocious. She was whooping ass, and that shit was fun as fuck to watch. That shit was fun as shit to me. Some big ass woman decided she wanted to be a fucking lineman. She out there laying niggas out. That shit was fucking fire.
So I
would
was-
watch that shit all day.
Yeah, so I watch women's football, and I actually really do. I wish women's football could become more of a thing, and I'm not talking about that lingerie league shit. But I just know the end result of football by weight class or whatever, because football is such a unique sport. Football is the only sport where you have like such a wide variety of athletes on the field at the same time. Where's my other hand? What am I doing?
But either way, like
I
Mia,
said
what the
look
hell is her last name? Mia
respectable.
Mogul?
Go
Mia
change
Mogul?
and come back
something.
here.
She's a YouTuber. She made a video about this, and she expressed an opinion that I found, like, there's things I disagree with, but there's parts that I'm down with. And she said to me, kind of like the same thing that you're saying, like, what would end up happening is it would be kind of sport specific. Like,
Yeah.
what the specific sport would be, it would be sport specific. But in my opinion, either way, look, if you want to play and you can make it work, then I think you should be allowed to play, and that's it. Mia Mulder. It was Mia Mulder.
Mia Mulder. And she played basketball,
She
right?
played,
Or is she
she
a
makes
tennis
it,
player?
and that's it.
Was she a basketball player or a tennis player?
Mia Mulder is the YouTuber I was talking about that made a video about this out in here.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can look it up. No, I get that.
Confident because you don't watch sports. I played sports. Shut up. I'm talking to the chat.
This is actually complete facts, and I think the key thing to engage with is that it would be a specific sport by sport thing, and it would make sense in pretty much every sport. Here's the other key takeaway: motherfuckers actually don't. They're not actually. The whole discussion we're having here, and I guess that's my main point, is that the discussion we're having here, the reason why I was going into it doesn't matter, is not so much to take away from the analysis you're providing, but to say that these niggas aren't even bringing this shit up for the sake of debate and conversation. They're not interested in the safety. They're not interested in women's sports. They're not interested in women's safety. They're not interested in trans rights. They don't want to create trans leagues for basketball, whatever else. They just know, going back to this, fuck, I don't remember where I was at. I don't want y'all to see that. Where that?
But I mean, I can hang up and let you get back to your point. I can hang up and let you get back to your point.
Appreciate you, Bellamy, for coming through.
I appreciate you.
The point is, that sincere conversation we just had, where I'm listening to Bellamy explain an angle on the issue that I hadn't really heard a lot about or thought about, is way more grace than this conversation deserves. Is the point I'm trying to get. The end result of gender abolition and egalitarian, real equity amongst the genders and for trans people, etc., is not what the conversation is really about.
Look out! That is messed up. Guess this is how the fuck it is. Great gosh! Fucking beautiful! What's up?
Sorry, I can't risk going back to jail by serving. Hi there! Get psyched for the most shopping fun ever! That's a great price. Thanks. Hope you have a great day.
Whoa, whoa! Look out!
Yo! Oh, shit. You got some of that? Ooh, wait.
Come on then!
Whatever, dude. You know I need you, but fuck.
Alright! Let's do this thing!
Jesus fuck!
What the fuck, asshole?
I got cast in
No, I'm sorry.
Hey, sorry.
How are you? A beautiful home in Vinewood just came on the market. It's
gonna be living in style off my work, and she'll be teaching.
Totally.
Yeah,